Throughout the years, I've been on podcasts and interviews and on panels where I've been asked this one question many times. Other than LinkedIn, what is your favorite productivity tool? And hands down, it's Calendly. Calendly is a scheduling app. It connects to your calendar, is completely customizable, and allows other people to schedule times when you are available. Now, you can use any kind of calendar app based on what you or your company uses. I'm going to walk you through how to set up Calendly so it's most effective. So visit calendly.com, calendly.com, and click on Sign Up. Once you do that, you are going to add your email address. Now, if you have Office 365 or Gmail, it perfectly integrates. Now, I use Gmail for business. I'm going to use a fake account to get started so you can see how to set it up from scratch. Once you add your email, click Get Started, and then you're going to do Sign Up with Google. That way it will integrate into your account. If this is an Office 365 account, it will say Sign Up with your email there. It'll say Continue, and I have my normal email, which already has a Calendly account, so I'm going to use that new email. And I'm going to allow Calendly to access my Google Calendar. Now I've got nothing on this calendar at all, but I do want to get started. So it'll say create your calendar URL. It's going to use the words in your email. So if my email were B. Tillman, then that's what would be here. I recommend you change this to be your full name. But if I put in Bryn Tillman here, it'll say that it's already taken. So if that's the case, you can use underscores and a few other things that you might be able to use. But this is a link that other people will see often, so make sure you grab something that's recognizable. Then we're going to click Continue. On this screen, it's going to ask if the calendar that we want to check for conflicts is here, and the calendar that we want to add the events to when someone schedules is here. And we're not going to get into this, it's really Calendly 201, but you can actually have your calendar look at other calendars for conflicts as well. So if I had a few other emails or I wanted it to look at my personal calendar as well as my business calendar so that we don't double book anything, we can do that, and that's where we might do that from here. We're going to hit Continue, and then we're going to set our dates and times that were available. I will customize these later on and show you how to do that. So typically, I would just hit Continue from here. Now they want to know what it is that we're using it for. This doesn't get seen by anyone. I think that's just internalizing it for Calendly, and I hit Continue. Now, we can schedule a test here or we can skip. So I'm just going to do skip for now. But I'm going to show you, we're going to look at a few things, right? So there's a guide that you can use to getting started. Certainly feel free to use that. First thing I want to do is I want to look at my account and I want to look at my calendar connection and make sure that it's connected. It is. So now I know that it is feeding in and from this particular email. Here you can add a calendar to it as well, as we talked about before. This is another place we can do this. I want to go into my account settings and look at my profile, make sure that this is set up right. You can change how you want your dates. If you're in Europe, it might be different obviously than if you're in the US. Make sure that you upload an image, and there's your custom link. Really make sure you've picked that one time. If you make changes, all the other links that you've sent out will be broken. We're going to go to the home screen, and by default, Calendly gives you 3 appointment setup, but when you're using the free account, only one can be active at a time. I typically will go to the 15-minute meeting because that's what we use when we're prospecting. I do pay for Calendly, and I have an unlimited amount of different appointments that I use that are absolutely phenomenal. But for our purposes, we're going to just head and do the 15-minute call. So I'm going to go in and I want to edit this. We're going to start with the top section, what event is this? And we're going to click on that. I typically like this to be a Zoom call, not just a meeting. So it'll be 15-minute Zoom call because I like to see the people that I'm chatting with, and often we share screens. Next, it's going to say add location. If you have a particular Zoom room, or maybe this will be the phone number, or you may say, I will call you on the phone number that you provide. This is how you are going to connect. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my Zoom link. Then I click on display location only after confirmation. No need for them to know my Zoom link prior to our call. Now in description, I will typically put what the expectation is of the call. As we go through this program, we're going to set a whole bunch of different expectations for different reasons, and each calendar invite might be different. In this particular one, if it's pretty general and we're sticking with the free, so we only have the one event, it might be I'm looking forward to our call. If you have any questions prior, here's my email or direct line. That may be the easiest way to go and the most general. You'll go down, you'll see this is the link they'll see with the 15 minutes, and then pick a color that you like and hit save and close. Next, we're going to go to when can people book this event. We're going to click on that. Now, we have this as a 15-minute call. We could make it different, and then obviously we'd need to change the name, but we'll keep it at 15 minutes for now. Now we can absolutely customize these times. So on Monday, if I really only want 9 to 11 a.m., I can go ahead and choose that, and I can do just today or apply to all Mondays. On Tuesday, maybe I only want to do it from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. and go ahead and do all Tuesdays. Perfectly fine. Now we're going to go into the advanced settings, right? So this is how often it's showing availability. I will typically go show in increments of 30 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to have a ton of options for people. And I like to only look like I'm, got smaller availability at times. Maximum number of events per day, depending on how you're using this, I tend to say 4. And then how far in advance can they schedule this? I would say at least 24 hours. You don't want someone scheduling something in the morning and that you miss it on your calendar. And then there's event buffer. So I like to do 15 minutes prior to a call so I can prepare and do my research. And I like to do 15 minutes after a call. So if we are running behind and they have a little extra time, I'm not pressured to get on to the next call. And then typically this is publicly available. If for any reason this were a private link, and there are times that I have those, you would click that. But for now, we're going to keep this on no, it's not a private event. And we'll hit save and close. Now we're going to ask questions. By default, we have name and email. There are a few other questions that I want to ask. One, I tend to ask for mobile. I keep that at one line and I make it required. And I hit apply. And I might do a new question, and I'm going to make this multiple lines, and I may say, what would you like to chat about on our call? Or is there anything specific you'd like to talk about on our call? Now, you can make it required or not. Typically, I don't. And then I hit apply and save. Now, I always want to have their mobile number. If anything should come up, I want to be able to easily get in touch with them. Then we're going to go into notifications. So by default, you'll see all of the areas that they've completed will be filled out here, including the event description, which should have your email and phone number so it's easy for them to get a hold of you. But if you don't have that in description, simply hit enter and add your email and phone number down here. In addition, you can add your LinkedIn URL with an invitation for them to connect with you if they are not already. The good news here, because we have our Calendly app in Chrome, my Grammarly is showing up, and I would know if I had any spelling or grammar issues. I then go and turn on my email reminders, and I can personalize that as well. So if I wanted to put all of that content there, I can do that. And I can choose how far in advance do we want to get a reminder. So maybe I want to do 24 hours before and 2 hours before. And then your participant will get an email reminding them of the upcoming call. We're going to save and close. Now with the confirmation page, we have two choices on the free. We can display a confirmation that you have successfully scheduled, or we can redirect to an external site. This is a great place to add your website or your LinkedIn page as well. Once they've completed the Calendly process, they'll then be taken to the URL that you've redirected them to, and save and close. Collect payments is a premium feature. You want to make sure that your event is on, and you can go to view live page. Now, if you set up your profile with your picture and a whole description, it would be right here on the left-hand side. And you can see here are all the times that I have available for people to book. When someone schedules here, it will immediately be removed from the options, so you can't ever double book. So how do we get this to our prospects and clients? To get the link to share to your invitee, you can click on the URL, and actually what you want to share is everything before that question mark, and you would copy that. You can also get that from going back to Calendly and your dashboard, and you can copy the link right from here. Once you do that, you can send that out to your invitees. When they get it, it will look like we just saw. They'll click on a date, they will choose a time and click confirm. They'll fill out their name, their email, their mobile number, and whatever they want to add. They'll hit schedule event, and they will get a calendar invite, and you will get a confirmation, and it will be added to your calendar right away. And because I had a redirect to my LinkedIn profile, once that scheduling was completed, it redirected me here. Now, in my email, I will get the confirmation, and it will be added to my calendar. You can see, new event, Bryn Tillman, 11 p.m. If I go to my calendar, it's already been added. And as the person that scheduled it, it's added to my calendar as well. So go back and leverage Calendly.com, because it will be a very powerful tool, and you'll see throughout this entire program how often we will use it.